I am George Berridge, I am 22 years old and I'm from Cornwall. I work as a social media manager for the Sun newspaper and I live in London. I went away to university for 3 years and then came back for the summer and then moved up to here. So, I've got a really deep connection to sort of where I've come from. I spent a lot of time there. It's one of the places that I have I'm always missing Cornwall. My grandma stayed with Cornwall Hospice prior to passing away from cancer in 2012. So she spent the last few weeks of her life there. And the work that they put in was really heartening and really amazing to watch. It was a really horrible disease. It's not something you ever want to watch anyone suffering with. But when you know that, if the end is going to come, then you'd prefer your family to be somewhere where they know they're never going to be alone, they're going to be treated well. So I owe Cornwall Hospice an enormous debt for all the great work that they did. My grandma was what you'd call a fiery woman. She was wonderful, she was kind, she worked hard, but she was always wonderful to everyone around her. In her late peak of her life, she realised that she loved travelling, so she travelled and she walked a lot, which was really why when she was diagnosed, it was so difficult for everyone because she'd hit the prime of her life quite late, and to see the disease sort of cut that short for her was difficult for everyone around her. But she was remarkable. Everything that she did, she put all of her effort into. And even when she was ill, she was still, she's still making efforts to walk around and do what she could and enjoy her time while she still had it. And I really admired her for that. I'm running the London Marathon in memory of my grandma. I've wanted to run a marathon for ages, and so this seemed like a perfect opportunity to do that. I've never trained for a marathon before, so coming at it is something entirely new. I ran the half marathon last year with pretty little training, but realising this is something twice as much. So I've got to really get down and nail it this time. But it's going well. I'm doing my first half marathon training run this week, and then the really long distance run starts, so that's going to be a whole new challenge for me. Part of the way that my grandma lived inspires me to keep running every day. Even when she was in the real clutches of the disease, she never let it stop her until it got to its very worst. So I really have no excuse. I have my body, I have my health. So every mile that I tick along, I know that I'm grateful that I can even run it. And part of her memory inspires me to keep doing that.